Well, as it was, Fort Lawton, it hit the newspapers that the Army was going to release parts of Fort Lawton because it didn't need it anymore. I can't remember how many acres. It seemed like it was at least 400 or over 400 acres. And Bernie said, this is what we've been waiting for. And so he organized a number of Indians, and a number of Indians came up from Alcatraz, that worked, that they invaded Alcatraz in, I think it was 1979. Was it 79 or?
I think it was 69.
69, yeah, 69. Anyway, a number of them came up here to help out. Bernie even got help from Indians that came from the plains and different parts of the country. I think some came from Canada even. And there's a large force of Indians here. And I think it was on March 8th, 1970, they invaded Fort Lawton. And I'd say there are at least 400 or 500 Indians and non-Indians who supported those that came in, were outside the gates, giving moral support to the Indians that had come in and were eventually put in a stockade.
Were you involved in that?
Well, I didn't have enough courage to invade Fort Lawton, so I stood on the outside, and Bernie had always criticized me for doing that. It's right down the road here, where about over 100 Indians went over the fence. I helped push the old ladies over the fence. I didn't go in myself, because I knew, I was working for Seafers then, a big corporation, big bank, and I thought that I could do more to help Indians from being outside and not being involved with the guys that raided, the fort. And as time went on, at that time, the Mayor Ullman, Wes Ullman, would not meet with Bernie. He figured that Indians really had nothing to offer. They're poor. What do they need land with? They have no money to do anything with land. So, why even meet? So Bernie was never able to meet with Wes Ullman. And then eventually, an attorney by the name of Yale Lewis, who was a Harvard graduate, he graduated from Harvard in law, somehow got involved with Bernie and gave him a lot of legal advice. And other attorneys, like Gary Bass, who's of the Colville tribe, he helped out. Blair Paul, who's another Alaskan Indian, he's an attorney. And so anyway, all of a sudden, Bernie started getting legal help. And then Bernie got in touch with Buck Kelly and Tom McLaughlin. I think they were HEW or HUD, I forget now. But anyway, they were very sympathetic to the Indian needs, And so with that help, Bernie was able to put a freeze on the land out here at the federal level, And he got that help, I think, through the Bureau, NCAI and the Bureau of Indian Affairs. And anyway, they put a freeze on this land long enough so that Bernie could gather his forces, and also to let Mayor Ullman know that the Indians were serious and we're not going to give up on this, And then when Mayor Ullman realized that, then all of a sudden he started meeting with Bernie personally instead of sending his flunkies to meet with Bernie, Also, at about that time, Scoop Jackson, Henry Jackson, a senator, became interested, and also supportive of Bernie. And when that happened, doors were opened not only in Olympia, but also Washington, D.C. And eventually, Bernie got the land, about roughly 20 acres for, I think, 99 years.